This is this elbow here. A lot of people forget to use this to pull it in. That creates a double lever. See that lever? They pull here but forget this helps. They try to do this instead of this. So keep that in mind, especially against a larger person. So you do that and that's what happens. Again, same as before on the ground. Some people are real flexible. This will go up real far as long as it's sliding along the back and it doesn't have much effect. So all we have to do to control him is pull this elbow in like I said, and arc this hand like this, and look what happens. He's already going towards the ground. If he's a lot taller than me, don't get up on your tippy toes. Instead, bring him down to you. Lower your weight, like we do with everything. Lower your weight, make him on your level to where he's off balance and you're not. I'm off balance, it's not good. Here I am on balance. From that position, it's the same C motion to go down. Hang on to the arm and go down. Are you ready? Okay, we step. And we take him down. My camera right over here. Once he gets to the ground, again, flatten him out. Put your hand out to your side real far. Palm up where I can see it. Look away from me. Spread your legs out so see what you're doing. Now from this position, notice I have my body up against the arm for extra strength. Okay, I try to flatten him out here a little bit, and then what I can do is I can adjust and try if I need more power and go to that same power technique with my leg, just like we did before. See it? I raise his hand up, it hurts more. I lower it, he didn't feel it. All I gotta do is raise the hand now and he feels it, and then push it towards his head and it gets stronger. I can use both arms in my leg if I need it. Make sense? Very, very powerful. Again, what I do next, try to remove that blade. I go on the back side of his hand and take it out, secure it. I can either push and run or hold him in the power hold as long as I'm in the move. Okay? Very good. Any questions? We're going to talk about, we're too close? No, that's not. Okay. He's going to do number one and slowly so I can just talk about it for a second. All right, the camera's ready? Okay, number one, we block it, right? We shield as a backup system. This one might knock it out of his arm if you do a good strong strike, especially if you're trained. This one here probably will too. There's a good percentage chance if you boom boom hard and snap it in there, this will go flying off somewhere. That's good, right? So I miss with this one might do the job and it might go flying out. If I hit with this one and this one doesn't get a good shot, it still might be enough. Hit. If I miss with either one, if I can still latch on, I still got a good shot, right? I'm controlling it. So there's a backup system built into this. If I hit with one and get a hold of it, now I've got the opportunity to strike. If I don't feel like I'm strong enough or I don't want to let go of that arm because it's too squirrely, I got other strikes I can do, whichever I want. But preferably stay with the same thing. This will probably make him drop the knife and drop to the ground. So it's got several opportunities here for him to already lose. What you want to do though is finish the job even if he does drop it, right? You don't want him getting it again or tack on you and you get in a fight and whatever. So we got 2 or 3 ways here to make him drop the knife, and this one here possibly to give up totally if you knock him out. After that, now you got another method. Let's say I didn't get a good strike on the knife, he didn't drop it, I didn't get a good stun here, just enough to distract him. I got him in this hold and he's still very alert or high on meth or something. I still have control through leverage. Leverage does not rely on pain, right? So coke or meth is not going to make a difference. You'll be strong, but you've got leverage and that's all you need. As long as your technique's halfway decent, you'll be all right. Once you take him down, in the real world, you're going to take him down so hard and fast, he's going to think he's airborne and laying pretty strong. Does that make sense? Probably knock the breath out of him, maybe. Depends on how good he is at catching. He's going to be worried about catching himself. If there's a wall there and you need to throw him into the wall, because that's all you got, that's fine. So you can launch him into the wall, over a chair, across the table. Whatever's there, it still works. Once I take him down on the ground then, we've got several ways to control him, and again, make him let go of the knife and deal with the person. Make sense? So it's actually designed to have some human error in it. because we all have that problem. Now, for the outside number 2 shot, there's that same thing. This might make him drop it. The second one might. If this one misses, the second one might catch it and make him drop it. I've got a backup system here. One of them hopefully will grab on, maybe both if I'm lucky, hopefully. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distract. That might be enough if you do it right or into the eyes or whatever technique you want to use to make him drop the knife. From that position, even if it doesn't do him in, I can go into my technique, and as he comes down, you go down hard again, into the wall or the table, again, whatever's there, right? And take him down. And then you have an ability to disarm at that point. So keep that in mind. As long as you're doing it, and you do it slow and get good at it, you screw up 1 or 2 parts of it, it still can work. And that's what the neat part about it is. Okay, next stage. Now we've gone with focusing on one committed swing. We did a little bit of fluid work earlier about moving and they don't know which one's coming, right? Well, what we'll do now is we'll work on, they're rare, but the advanced fighter. The one that starts at a 1 and drops it to a 3. I'll just stand here and show you what I mean. He brings it at a 1 and drops it suddenly to a 3. The surprise, right? That's why our hands are going 1-2 when we make contact, is for those kind of situations. We may still get cut, but hopefully we'll be there quick enough to prevent permanent damage or total takedown from the shock of the hit. So he starts at a 1, I start to block, he changes, that other arm that was right behind this one can go down there quicker than this one because it's so committed. It's kind of how the mind works. Boom. I can still hit again with that other arm that was originally going to hit first. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's turn around here at another angle, make sure the camera see her. Alright. Okay, again, a 1 changes to a 3. I caught it with the second one because it wasn't totally committed yet. Right? Then I hit again with this one. There's my strike again, and everything's back to normal. Make sense? Instead, let's say he starts at a 3 and goes to a 1. Okay, here it comes. Oh, there it was again, my backup system. And there's another strike. Oh, he did drop it. Just like we was talking about, right? Do I stop now and admire my work? Wow, that was cool. No, he's still a threat, right? I still got to complete my task, no matter what. I don't stop until he's down and I know he's done. Whether he has the knife or not. Same way with angle 2. It comes in, he changes on me. Hopefully this hand is doing its job. So if you as a student or one of your students starts going too committed and he changes directions, it's not good, right? He got a full cut and he still has a knife. So again, same thing. Boom, boom. I got it. Trap, strike, and finish the job. Same way with the number 4. Here it comes again. Ah, he changed on me. I caught it. Strike. Finish the job. Okay? Same way with a low 5 turning into a high 6. So he starts to go. Oh, you got to use that other hand. Shield and go. High to low, same thing. Starts high, he stops and goes low. A little bit easier actually than the side ones. So, very important to know. Eventually, with this now, doing it about the speed he and I did, we're going to limit it to a 1, 3, 2, 4, or 3, 1, 4, 2 at first, right? Make sense? So it can he can come in high and change it to low on me. We'll do that a while. Then he can go low on a 3, go to a 1, change it on me, and then the other side. And then eventually, that gets pretty good. We go to the next level. What he'll do then, he might start at a 1 and bring it around over to a 4. Okay? So it's almost a 1 and changes it to a 4 possibly. Okay? In other words, he starts deep and then he pulls it in and switches it over. Or however he wants to do it. There's 1,000 ways to do it. So again, a 1 to a 4, boom, and he switches it and comes in. That's what that hand is there for, is for those changes. So let's do it now with the hands involved. He starts there. Makes sense? I got my zone defense. Everything's still the same. A 1 to a 3. Same thing. It still works. That makes sense? nothing's perfect. He might, and then eventually we get so crazy with it, he goes a 1 to a 3 to a 4. In other words, he goes 1, changes over to 3, and then drops it. Make sense? That's tough. You might catch a superficial cut. Hopefully that's all you get. But if you can get a hold of the arm, that's what our goal is, right? So let's try that one now. 1 to a 3, drops it. Okay, do it again. 1, 3, and then circle. Like that. All right, here it comes. Same thing. Make sense? I might have got a little bit of a cut, but I got there. And finish. That's going way down the road. Right. Okay, that's good.
I'll be awake.
Yes. All set?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, along those same lines of practice, we'll do a 1 and 3, but they'll both be committed strikes. He'll just strike, retract from the first hit, and strike again. Most people have a lot of trouble hanging on the knife for that. If you do a good hard block, but I won't do that hard block, or I'll say maybe it was a bad block, and he's going to do a 1, 3, and try to touch me with each one. Once you get a little better practice, maybe a safer knife, but touch with each one. So he's going to do a 1, 3. First we'll just demonstrate. He's going to touch me with it, so he kind of gets the measure of the distance. 1, 3. Now he'll do it for me to practice again. So I'm going to block. He's going to boom, boom. Does that make sense? So don't just rely on the start to circle. Make contact practice too. Real good practice. If I miss the block, let him cut. And then, so I'm going to miss the second one on purpose. So he goes, 1, I missed. Let him cut, pull it through, and then charge as hard as you can because you don't have much time. You're cut. You don't know how bad. You know you're cut. Who cares? Finish him off before you die, before you get help. Does that make sense? So don't train yourself to stop at that point. So kind of my second point is you need to feel the cut, and that way you can respond if you're cut to know to keep going. Train your subconscious to keep going, not stop. Because I didn't know that was supposed to happen, kind of thing. 2 to 4, same style. Go ahead and without me, just kind of the touch, so you kind of get the measure of it. All right, so here it comes. I'm going to miss the second one. Oh, there it was. I'm going to go for it. Okay, it's too loud. I'm committed now. Hope I don't get thrusted. It's a bad deal. That's what you got to do. Or you might get a superficial cut. Let's do a partial block this time. He's going to do the 1, 3, and I'm going to get a partial block because I didn't quite catch his angle, and then I get a hold of it. That's the best scenario of a worst case deal. So 1, 3, boom, a partial block. He still got me a little bit, but I latched on to it, see? Because I don't want him to go cut again, do I? So I got to finish the job while I have the chance. Keep that in mind. Slashing is easier to survive than a thrust. Thrust is easier to block usually. So they both have their problems. So we have a committed strike, we have the evasive strike, we have the one where you get cut, you need to feel it so you remember to keep going, and those are important things. Okay, that's good. There's a third point. Another situation, we got music, it's beautiful. Another situation we need to consider is the pass-through. Let's say he throws the same combination of 1, 3. Here comes the 1 and the 3, and I just get out of the way. I didn't block it, but I got out of the way, and I just go ahead and pass it on through. One more time, here it comes. Boom, oh, and then I go after it. Does that make sense? 1, 2. It's still 1, 2, just like before when I go after it. So again, here it comes. 1, whoa, still shock. Okay? Still shock. The 2 and 4, same principle. Boom, whoa, there it is. If I can get it, I get it. I may have to back off and try to get it at that point. So pass-through may be the other. Let's try 3, 1, same thing, except I'm going to block and block. You still need to practice that. I'm going to block and partially miss. Boom, I missed. He might have cut me a little bit. Whatever, I passed it through. Okay, I passed it through. I was able to